my submission for the WorthEPenny scholarship, and these are the tips I would like to give people who are trying to build better savings, especially when you're in school, and especially after you're out of school, because savings are always important. As someone who has a lot of bad financial tendencies, I want to offer these little tips that I have for keeping myself in a better place financially, especially with being so impulsive and things like that. My first tip is to give yourself at least 24 hours thinking about something you would like to impulsively buy. We always have something we see at the mall or online, especially that you're thinking, well, I've got to have it right now. But I feel like if you're not even thinking of it past 24 hours, is it really worth spending the money on? Especially for more pricier things like special clothes, a video game that you're wanting. Just make sure it's worth it. Otherwise, something that you might need later might pop up, and then you won't have the funds to do so. My second tip is knowing your resources. Things like libraries and things like food pantries are really important, especially in any city. One of the biggest things I hear as someone who is dating someone who's a librarian is the amount of resources that are overlooked by people. They have well-funded libraries have programs like renting out Wi-Fi routers to help with internet in households that can't afford it. Obviously, you can check up a lot of books, games, movies in libraries, so much that I believe it's up to 100 things you can check out, depending on restrictions on certain items that you can check out. And they have studios you can record in, computers that you can use, and that can just be another dollar saved in something else that you're trying to prioritize for school, or if you're wanting to start recording things on your own for blogs or anything like that. My third tip is budgeting can really just give you a bigger idea of what you not only have right now in your pocket, but also what you have long term. I've gotten into the better habit of budgeting my paychecks, and it helps me have a better idea of what I can spend now and what I can spend later, while also prioritizing the things that I need to pay for without a second thought, things like rent, things like bills, and I find that's really important, of having that kind of that list of things that you have to pay for, and so you can see physically how much you are able to spend and how much you're able to put aside, because in the end, if you know what you have, you can see if you have extra. My fourth is if you can't buy it for the amount that you find it worth, you can always make it for cheaper. I stand by the fact that I would prefer buying the ingredients for food from fast food places to make myself something more nutritionally valuable and in a larger amount than just spending my money at fast food places. I find that's one of the biggest things that students have a struggle with, is impulse buying fast food so they don't have to cook. But I feel like cooking is one of those things that are more worth it than just buying some quickly made food. And then my last tip is always look at secondhand objects. Things like Facebook Marketplace and Depop have really good products that people have already bought but are selling at a cheaper price, and I find that's valuable to have and know about, because if you can buy it for cheaper, then why not? Then you have a bit more savings to buy other things that are more important. Alright, that's my tips for this video. Thank you so much. Bye.